Welcome along then to round 18 of the F1 calendar. We are approaching the end of the season. We've got Austin, Mexico, Sao Paulo, Vegas and Abu Dhabi to come in the remaining. We're at Qatar, so there is no chance of rain with this one. It's going to be warm, it's going to be sunny, and that is what we like to see. But can we get back onto the points? Feel like we've been missing some points. We haven't had the excitement to go off lately, so we're going to want to get some points. We're going to get ready for qualifying though, and we'll bring you back right there. So we have a sprint race this weekend at Qatar. Obviously in real life we saw Oscar Piastri do amazing in the sprint. We are struggling though. We are struggling on car parts, and I don't want to break the cost cap either, because obviously that is going to be very bad. You can see gearbox is not great on our car 1. Tell you what, it gets worse folks for car 2, because look at the engines. Great engine for, I mean actually I think I'm going to use my 42% for sprint, try and look after that 97%, but look at this, ERS is in there. I think we'll run that for this sprint race, but look here, oh it's tricky. I'm going to still use it for the sprint, and then we'll come back in the race. We are not looking good on parts. I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe we should have judged this better off earlier in the season, but at the moment it is not looking good. Track details expected to stay the same all the way through. So we've not loads of tyres. We'll skip ahead. We'll let them do some runs, and then we'll go out and see what we can do. We might have to take a penalty. We don't want to take a penalty every race, so that's the problem. But we're going to see what we have to. It's very warm here, so I'm hoping that rubber clicks in fairly soon and we can get racing. So Albon has just crossed the line for his first flying lap in Q1. We've let the grip move to high, rubber is still low, so expecting the times to not be as strong. But we're hoping to put in a time that is going to see us. I mean, look at Magnussen, so we're going to have to go around P4 at the moment in this session. It's green, of course, 26.8, 26.9, so we're not a million miles away. Just under 2/10 of a second separates us both. AlphaTauri gets out the way nicely as well, 29.6 through the middle sector. And for Porsche, 29.9, well off the pace. He always seems to be off the pace, Mr. Porsche, potentially because of his engine issues maybe, but Albon crosses the line, goes 9th, 1.8 seconds off the pace. That's a long way away, 2/10 from Magnussen. So as we move forward with Porsche, he goes P14. It says rough start. New tyres on the wagon. Albon is good 6/10 away from that drop zone. Porsche, oh my god, look at this. What is this all about? I mean, we're maybe just a few tenths away, and it might not be the worst case, but we have definitely getting unlucky. First sector improvement, 26.8 from Albon. Porsche 27.2. Well, that's expected because look how close we are to the Haas. Yellow flags is out there as well. Sector 2, Stroll spun, and I think we're just going to make it around without getting that yellow for the middle, 29. And it's a 30. We are not improving. There is Stroll. This is not good for us, not good for Porsche. And here we go then, coming across the line. Albon, 1.9 off the pace, remains 1.9 off the pace. Porsche is not going to improve. You can see the gap is lost to the Haas, and he crosses the line. And Mr. Porsche is out. So here we are in Q2, and obviously we're not doing a fast lap run in terms of new softs, so we're just going to let Albon speed round as we set the grid for the sprint. And it's Albon who's going to set a 24.9 to begin with, and we're going to get some new boots, but you know, we never improve on new boots. So potentially a last run in Q2. We are currently going through, but Russell you'd expect to come back at us, and also Gasly. So we got a lot of time to find. We're stopped behind the Haas, but that might not work out too bad. We've got a good enough gap, and we're probably going to get a slipstream, which also always helps. But can we improve with Albon? I mean, it's going to be close. You've got to be expecting. Look at Ocon in P3. Alpine have come on leaps and bounds this season. And Albon on new tyres. We never improve. I never get it. We just don't improve. But P9. And we're going to keep going on this trajectory. Can we scrape through? Gasly's finished. Gasly is out. He's in the pits. And that might see us through. Albon not improving through the middle sector. Is Magnussen. Magnussen is gone green in the middle. But he's probably going to come. Norris doesn't make it out either. Tsunoda's got a chance. Not improving though. Russell. Oh, look at Russell. Forgot about Russell at the bottom. But what is Albon going to do as he crosses the line? He's not going to move up the field. 2 temps. Oh, Russell's got to be making it through. Oh, we do get through in P10. Grid penalty for Sainz out there. Russell gets to 6th. Haas is out. We are through to Q3. And we're going to use a set of used soft tyres at the moment. Q3 time. Shouldn't really risk the car. We should just take P10 all day long. Let's get Albon out. We'll obviously skip the first lap. And then we will see how we can do on a new set where we never improve. But we're fighting for probably none of these. We're lucky to get into Q3. 24.8 is our time. And you can see we are starting to tumble all the way down. Alex Albon on the Williams now. Going to be well off the pace. And you can see we're actually 9th. We're ahead of Russell. Do I want to send us... Oh, it's only a 10th. I think yes. I think we do send again here. We've got a chance of jumping. And we're going to send now. Hopefully some clean air. Q3, we've got a bit of a chance to make a difference. Because we're only a couple of attempts. Look at that. We could get 6th here if nobody improves. But we never improve on new sets of softs. So let's see what happens. Through the first sector we are about to go then. Can we go green? Yes, we can. 26.7. Finally, a green sector in Q3 on new tyres. What about, though, through the middle sector? Remember, qualifying for the sprint here. And through the middle sector we go. Yeah, it's too good to be true. We've dropped time. We only need... Oh, well, we need a long time now. 4 temps to get to 7th. But here we go. Checkered flag is out. We're coming down the straight. We do not improve. In the end, we should have saved the tyres, we should have saved our engine, but it looked pretty good at that point. And we're P10 again. 24.8, we couldn't improve. That was our best time, though, of the weekend. And then it's on to race day, the sprint. So sprint race time, we're still trying to manage these parts. It's an absolute nightmare at the minute. Everything's getting very limited. And we are away. Remember, starting P10, we're medium running. It's not the greatest start, actually, from Albon. And let's see how we do into turn 1. We are still trying to manage. It's Magnussen coming at us, who gets into P11. So not the greatest start from Albon. Porsche is bang there in P18 at the moment. And I'm sure everyone has gone mediums. Whoa! Okay, our strategist said we couldn't make the softs work. So either we've played a blinder, or we have made an absolute mess. But the strategists, I mean, the mediums only just last. So maybe our strategists have not got the recipe here that we need, and I think we're going to struggle then in the sprint, because softs didn't last on our paper. Softs did not last. And I'm going to just keep an eye on tyres. Oh no, Albon goes wide. We've seen that happen.
Yeah, went wide there.
That was a bit. I mean, we can stay aggressive then, really. Let's cut back down to aggressive. Go on to neutral. We are going to lose time here, but the question is, do we lose enough towards the end of the race then to come back? Gasly is attacking us. Oh, and Gasly's sending one on the inside past Albon. Albon moves down to P12. I just don't know about these mediums. I think our strategists have absolutely led us down the wrong path here. We are down to P12. And P12 now makes P13. Norris sliding one up the inside very sneakily. What do? We are lapping so much slower. We are around the same tyres as well. There's a long way to go, but it's not looking very good, is it, at the moment? And it's getting even worse. P14. Magnussen in P10. We've just not got no pace on these mediums. 15 laps to go. We're lapping 2 seconds a lap slower than everybody else. I mean, they are down to 70%. We've got 10% advantage over them. But I just don't think it's going to be enough in 15 laps to be able to come down. So here's a question. Everybody is pitting. People are pitting. We are up to P12. Perez is pitted. Magnussen's pitted. De Vries is pitted. Are we on the right strategy here? And has everybody worked out that they can't do that strategy that they're trying to do? We've got more pit stops. Carlos Sainz coming out of the pits. So people are turning this sprint into a 2-stop. Are we going to get Sainz here? I think we are. And we are going to get Sainz. This is now taking a turn, ladies and gentlemen. We are up to P11. Albon just gets past Sainz, so expect him to come back past us. He comes out on the mediums. We are coming back at the field, and if they've all got to pit, which they haven't, we could be in the money here. Maybe our strategists have played a blinder after all. So lap 15, we are obviously drifted back down because of Sainz, Perez coming back through. Looking at the tyres, there's a lot of 30% out there with 4 laps to go. We're on 46. Is there a chance that we can catch some of these? It's going to be tough with just 3 laps. We are going aggressive when we can, but we're trying to close the gap. I think Hülkenberg is struggling ahead of us. Let's ride on board with Albon, because I think that Haas is now going off on its tyres. It's down to 7 tenths. You can see how quick we're closing. There is still 3 laps to go, and even our mediums are running very fine. There is a chance we can make up a few positions. What about everyone else's tyres? Look at that, 27%. I mean, Perez obviously with his pit stop, but Norris is very good at managing his tyres. These are at 20% at the top, but obviously we're still a good pit stop behind them pretty much. So 3 laps to go. There's a little sneak of a chance that we could last these out. We're going to keep pushing as well as we come into straight. Coming up, we're going to deploy then as well. All the time we're going to try and gain this gap. You can see how much we've deployed up now. Battery's low, but we'll conserve down the straight. This is all interesting. I don't think we're going to potentially make any more ground, but you never know. Russell is bang behind us as well. So Russell obviously had a pit stop and he's coming back through the field because we're in P12. Look how slow Hülkenberg is going. And surely, yes, Russell on the soft, 64%. So we're in our normal place at the moment, because we're always around this place. You can see us getting a little bit loosey-goosey on exit as Verstappen starts the final lap, winning the sprint at the moment. And at the minute, Albon inches to the right-hand side, and he's going to make a move up the inside. It's P11 for Albon. Porsche, he hasn't really got any gap that he can close. Albon has. He's got to keep Russell behind though, who is right behind now. We're going to attack. We're going to attack. Can we do anything? to keep Russell at bay on this last lap. It's 7/10 of a second. P11 I'll take. I will absolutely take P11 in the sprint here at Qatar. And I think we might just manage it. And it was the right choice. And there, wow, what's gone on here? That's De Vries. No, it's not. It's Sonoda, who's going very slow. Verstappen wins. It's not a place that we take. But Russell's dropped back now as well. Mediums, I think, was the right choice in the end. We just haven't got the pace of these top teams. We are the best of the rest, apart from Norris, who's managed them soft tyres like a baby. And lapping pretty well as well. So Norris is going to come across the line. We're going to take P11. We'll take that. Albon crosses to take P11. Porsche, not bad, in P14. Even if we have got a penalty to take in the race. Penalties, penalties, penalties. That's all we ever get at the minute. And you can see here, Theo's got the penalty. Alex Albon finished 11th, down 1 spot. Theo in P14. So strategy time then for the race in Qatar. We go in 2 stops. Soft, medium, 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 soft. We start P10, P17. It was Porsche with a 5-place grid penalty. And outskirts of Doha, we need a good race. We are starting fairly high up compared to where we normally do. In P11, I think we are P10 even. And we are away and racing. And hopefully we can get a great start. And as always, we've always dropping places. It's down to P11. And we're going to leave these running. Because we're bang there, but it's all the strong cars. I mean, Norris has got a great start into P7. There is a yellow flag out there. There's a car on the outside, and it was Carlos Sainz. He ran wide. Let's take a look at that. He was going on the inside line, and it's Stroll. Sainz obviously must have took a penalty. So, questionable commentary. Stroll was the one that went wide. Sainz is down to P15. Albon has overtook Stroll now. We don't need to see that. He was off the track. So, yeah, we are in P10. Our biggest battle is now P11 Magnussen. And we just got to watch this and see how we do. But it's all systems go in the opening first laps. Come on, Albon. Let's get a return to form, return to points. And try and eke out this gap to the Haas. And at the minute, we're doing that quite nicely. Although we've got very, very fast cars. I think Norris is going to be the bottleneck in this one. Because he's in P7. That McLaren, you've obviously seen the upgrades it's been doing. Because it has really started to come through the field lately. Last sort of 4 or 5 races. So it definitely has been a better car. But at the moment, we are okay in P10. We're not gonna battle these cars ahead, let's be honest, unless there is something drastic that happens. So we are going to just bring it back to neutral, because we're not fighting Red Bulls and Mercs, that's for sure. We're fighting the Haas who's behind us on the mediums. So let's just see how quick that Haas is. Remember, we haven't upgraded much this sort of second half of the season, so we're actually going to, we know we're going to lose out. We're doing a lot of research for next year. That's where our beneficial part is going to be. But at the minute, we're running pretty hot. We're not a million miles away from the Red Bull. P9 Perez, 1.3 seconds up the road. This Haas is looking pretty quick of Magnussen. Expect Sainz to come back through the field. Maybe not Stroll, as Porsche loses out to Bottas, pushing him wide. And on board we go to the outside. He's going to try and hang it out there. He's really trying to battle back. And that's not a great sign to see an Alfa Romeo come back past, who have been notoriously slow this season. Which, that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. We are gaining into turn 1. We can't get through though. It is sitting back in P17. And we're going to have to hope we can come through. But Magnussen is all over the back of us as well. We don't want a Magnussen taking us out, that's for sure. We've already had that in Singapore. But expecting that Magnussen's going to be our biggest issue. De Vries is a bit out of it at the moment. Magnussen's on the mediums as well, pushing hard. We've got good tyre management compared to everyone else. If we can extend, That would be nice. You can see we're lapping a little bit slower, quite a bit slower than the rest of them. So we've just got to keep it going as we go on to lap 5. So closing the gap is what we do, and Alex Albon and Lando Norris are going at it. There's a Ferrari of Carlos Sainz right behind us, who is literally watching us battle. Sainz coming back through the field after that penalty that he took earlier on, and it is going to be the Williams into that corner, who is going to stretch out and take the position past Norris. We knew Norris was going to be a bit of a bottleneck, and it's turning out that he is being just that. Albon, we've seen that from behind, taking P9. I expect Sainz to be coming back through as well pretty quickly. You can see the speed that the Ferrari has got, and we have already pulled 6 tenths to Norris. Sainz look how quick that Ferrari is. Pourchaire's 17th. We are now out of DRS zone, so great push by Albon, looking after them tyres nicely as well. Sainz getting frustrated, but DRS should see the Ferrari breathe past. Here he comes. It's going to be into turn 1. Sainz goes, and on his former teammate, he is through into P10. So he's going to come after us pretty quick. We know that, but we are doing all right. Well, he said it weren't going to be too long. I mean, matter of a lap later, Sainz overtakes Albon. We'll show you it anyway, but it's going to be down the straight, that Ferrari speed, pulls to the left-hand side, and he's going to get the job done before he even gets to the corner lot. Just squeezes ahead, and that is the Ferrari of Sainz back up to P10. Well, P10 for Albon, P9 for Sainz. Looking after fuel, tyres are looking okay as well. So we're all on track. We're playing the long game. So lap 14, Norris has just closed up on us, and I think it is time to pit for the mediums.
Okay.
That is a sign that the mediums are starting to basically become a stronger tyre. They're only a tenth behind, look. Pourchaire's okay on the tyres, so we are just going to try and eke out and not lose too much time. But Norris, on the mediums, started to catch us now. We have grew that gap out now that we're pushing, deploying everything we can. We've got that gap to 5, and we are into the pit. So Albon from P10, that's got to be the aim that we get back up to. Yellow flag is out. Who is that for? It's Stroll running wide again, so we're not going to watch that down in P19. Pourchaire moves himself up to P15, and Albon is back out relatively low. Pit stop issue 5 seconds. Why do we do it to ourselves, boys? We are not doing good on the pit stop issues lately. But Albon is out. We're going to warm them tyres up, because we know where we need to be when Norris pits. We should have a pace advantage now as well on new tyres. We're just going to bring these down as soon as they get into the window. Through the window! Come on, Albon, get them in. Here we go, we're in. Used a good percentage up. We're going to put them back down in a second. Bottas, Zhou Guan Yu is in the pits at the moment. There's cars coming out. And now we are going to just cut that down. Cut that down. And in P18, Zhou Guan Yu had an issue as well. Is that Hulkenberg that's come out ahead of us? He isn't. Hulkenberg hasn't. So Hulkenberg's out of sync here. Pourchaire is in P14 behind Bottas. Tyres looking pretty good as well. So we're in a decent spot. Got to wait for them pit stops. So crucially, Kevin Magnussen has come out of the pits. We are ahead. He is on the mediums. It is Albon who has got ahead on to the undercut, and that has worked very nicely. You can see we've got Pourchaire battling Hulkenberg here, and I believe he has lost the position, which is very, very annoying, Mr. Pourchaire. But we are due a pit stop, and it's not lasted that well, has he, on the tyre management. Probably do another lap. Albon P15, probably getting held up a little bit here. Bottas running a good race in P11. But Pourchaire, we're going to try now, just push. Definitely want to do another lap. Softs, we got a bit of play in this next stint. Ocon and Sainz both pit. Albon just steadily. He's got Magnussen there as well. And Albon is looking at the back here of this train of cars. Held up as well by ourselves. Norris is there. We are a good 23 seconds behind Norris. And now we are going to push. We're going to use everything. We're going to pit with Porsche. We're going to give him some new mediums. And we're going to now come out. Try and help the gap. Let's see what we can do down here. Just deploying. And we're gaining. Don't think we're going to gain enough though. Oh, we are, mate. We are going to go because Albon, I kind of gave up on that. It strolled to the outside, inside battle here. And Albon just lost out. I mean, that was a great little move. Just couldn't keep ahead. Porsche has now started to scamper as we bring him in this time round. So I think again we'll go down the straight for an attack here. Is Stroll due to pit though? 40%, pretty much. He's looking for a pit stop at some point. Mediums are tracking perfectly. We're going to try and just squeak ahead. What have we? Yeah, it's just the pit options. So we're alright on that. We've got no damage. Okay, mediums, yep, that's fine, that's fine. So Albon, let's push. Let's push these tyres a little bit. We haven't got loads of play in them, but I feel like we need to get ahead of Stroll.
We can start reducing lift and coast.
And if we can just deploy out the last few corners, just want to close this gap up. We're going to deploy as well. We're going to try for Stroll. There's a few people in the pits now. Bottas, Hulkenberg, Porsche. ERS is empty, I know. That's what happens when you use it all. We're closing, we're closing, we're closing. And we're through. Past Stroll, or are we? Oh, no, we're not. We are getting held up. Bottas pit issue as well. We're trying to get past Stroll. We should have massive... I mean, I know he's an Aston Martin. But we should have a bit in the bank here with new tyres. And he's actually pulling away from us here. We've got Magnussen right behind us. I don't think we're able to stay with him. Russell... Is Norris still out there not pitted? Yes, Norris is man on his tyres. He's a beast. So we're going to cut back down because we're not gaining that much now. Stroll picked up the pace. Norris and Stroll are in. We're going to come out. A pit issue as well for Norris. That helps. We've got Magnussen right behind us. So we're now clear of that pack. Mediums running to plan. Porsche round the final corner. Is he going to get ahead of Stroll? That would be nice if he could. I don't think he's going to though. He's just gaining time at the right time. And you can see him coming out there. He's going to be ahead of us. It would have been nice to get him. But obviously he's not our race. But Albon, he's still in the points at the minute. And he was in the points. But our pace is letting us down because Kevin, is back ahead. He's gone up the inside. And he's a relatively easy move. We've made that too easy for him. And he's going to start pushing ahead. He's got better tyres. Only by 7%. Norris surely will be pitting on their mediums again. Can we scrape a point? It's going to be the interesting part. We're going to top up as well. Just on both cars and let this race come to us. Because there's another pit stop in there. So because of the fresher tyres by Norris, who has managed them well, and that McLaren has got stronger and stronger, Norris being the #1 driver getting the upgrades, he's now flew back past us. And he came in not that long ago, 73% on the mediums, we're on 50. And this is turning into then a little bit of a tricky race. Stroll's going to surely catch us as well. Magnussen's getting a point though, so we kind of want the McLaren to get up there. Stroll is also now right behind us, so we're very much out of sync because he's got fresher tyres. So it's a real cat and mouse. So we are coming into our pit window as well as Porsche makes a move. And it's down the straight. It's going to be into turn 1 with a lunge. And yes, very nice by Mr. Porsche, coming from P15. We'll take that. Still got fuel to burn at the moment, which we'll do when we're on our new set of tyres and I'll use for our in-lap and out-laps. But Stroll is all over the back of us. We're trying to hold fire with the tyres. Porsche, remember, going on to softs at the end of this race. He'll be a lot quicker. Albon's doing a good job at keeping him behind at the moment, but you can see tyres are reducing down. But here we go, here comes the Aston Martin. Surely he's going to probably get us this time round. He pulls to the right, we're defending, and we're going to stay ahead at the moment. So Magnussen has just pitted, and he's coming out in P14. It'd be great if Porsche could get past him. Of course, he can't get past him. Albon is 11th, and that gap, as you can see, is like 10 seconds. And Magnussen has come out on hard tyres, which is interesting. We're obviously going for another set of mediums, and I think we actually potentially pit this lap with Albon. I think we can run the mediums here. We're going to attack them. We're going to do everything we can. And I mean, we could do one more, but I don't think I'm going to risk it. New set of mediums is my fancy. So let's see Albon. He's got Stroll right behind him. He's kept him going for quite a few laps. And we're going to set up to do 19 laps on a new set of mediums. So you can see we've gained 7 tenths now as we do come into the pits. So good little stint there. Porsche is managing well. Still got good fuel. And you can see Albon, where's Magnussen? He's coming down the straight now. We have only just hit the pit box. 3 seconds. And Albon is back out. He's going to drop behind Bottas. But we're on the mediums. We're going to get these mediums up to speed. And then we'll slot them back down. Great strategy lines. I mean, at least we're pretty consistent on when we want to pit. We're going to try and just get these into the window. We do not want to get held up too much. As soon as they hit the window, we'll cut them down. And we are going to try and get a good exit here. Surely we can cut them down now. We can. We're going to deploy as well, because we've got to get past him. We cannot get held up by this Alfa Romeo. Round the final corner, DRS will open. Pack's on the low side. We understand that. We'll top it back up. And there you go. That is a move by Albon into P15. We have got 11 seconds to find on the Hasses. And the Hasses, one of them will stop again, the other one will not. So we've got to close that gap. Hulkenberg is in, and he's just about to hit his pit box right about now. That's going to see Albon get comfortably ahead. Bottas is in as well. So this is working out okay, but we're still... Wow, it looks like 12 seconds behind Magnussen. It looks like he's gaining on us, which somehow he's doing a 1:28.2 on the hards versus us as the Red Bull gets past us. And yeah, I don't know how that's quite possible. He's using quite a lot of them hard tyres. Porsche, I think it's time for a pit stop. Let's push him in. And I think this is where we hit the softs. New set of boots for the soft boys. So Albon P13. We have got Porsche now back out, and he is in P15. So these soft tyres are going to work. Norris is in though. This is crucial because Norris was the one that we wanted to try and catch. Albon is coming down the straight. Oh, no he's not. He's coming down the back. Yeah, he's already through. He's already through. Albon is past Norris, sorry. So we're back into P12, but we are 12 seconds behind Kevin Magnussen. And I thought this might be pretty tricky, to be fair. Norris, because he's so good at looking after his tyres, he's come out on the softs. And that is going to absolutely kill us, because he is going to be so quick. So quick. We're going to have nothing in the bank to defend against here. We're going to deploy down the straight to try and keep him at bay. But we are looking like development, because we haven't been doing it, it is a bit more of a struggle. But maybe next season we're going to be right in the mix of points all the time. Here comes Norris to the left hand side, And he just goes round the outside. He makes it so easy. Even though we were deploying, he is ahead. Magnussen still getting a point. Stroll has pitted as well, so Magnussen's tyres going off is a chance, but it's going to be very, very tricky for us to do anything about. So we're on the final lap. Nothing's really happened. We've obviously got one more lap for our Williams boys to come over. First, Verstappen leading the two Ferraris, Perez in P5, trying to get that crucial points from P4. And Albon is kind of on his own, 3.2 seconds. Porsche even more on his own, 15 seconds to P13 and a 9 to P15. So he's in a race of his own at the minute. We're not going to push because we don't need to. And we are going to try and bring this home. We're going to be best of the rest yet again. Well, we're not, are we actually? We're not this time, sorry, because Magnussen and Norris are ahead. And that's some improvement from the Haas and improvement from the McLaren through the season. Obviously, we have paused development mainly for next year. Leclerc and Perez has lost time now, down to 3.4, so it is going to be P1 and P4 for Red Bull and a P2, P3 for the Ferraris, which is very interesting. Alex Albon will take it. We'll take it. It's not points, but we're going to take P13. Porsche is going to take P14. Solid job. I'm happy with that for the Williams. We are in a difficult period, but we're managing the best we can. But here at the track, we have to settle with what we've got. Interesting battle at the top though, wouldn't you say? Max Verstappen taking victory. And look at that. Red Bull moving forward with Verstappen ahead of Leclerc now by 3 points. Great battle for the second drivers too. 7 points between them. We are 12th and 13th. In the championship, Haas didn't take a point, which is good. But Red Bull do extend their lead by a further 2, moving out to now a 10-point difference. So not a lot of massive battles. Haas could overturn this very easy as we try and stay P6. We need to get in the points and maybe get a bit lucky at some point. But wow, yes, part purchase, $1 million come back to kill us in that one. So let's take a look. We're stockpiling some parts. It is round 19 to come. It is the United States GP round 19. Hopefully we'll see you there. It's getting towards the end of the season. Hopefully next season we are set up and ready to race.